Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a minute, but listen, I've got a few updates. We're going to start getting back onto the CUDA. I got to get the front and rear end under the car so I can transfer it. I have 3 different workspaces. I have my garage where the General Lee is. I have my lower garage, which is a little 20 by 20 garage I have in the back where the CUDA's currently sitting, but there's no 220, no power. Really, I can't do any welding or anything down there, so I got to get it up here. But then we have the warehouse as well. And I like to do a lot of my finishing work and stuff like that, like we did with the General Lee down there, which I'm sure you've seen some pictures. Larger space. You can stand way back, look at what you're doing, and that kind of stuff. So we're going to get back to all that. I just wanted to give some updates. We do a car show here locally where we live here in Wyoming. And we get wildly busy this time of year. Dave from Rust Bucket Restorations came. He brought the CUDA. He debuted it at that car show. It was awesome. It was incredible. We usually get around 200 cars. That's big for my area. I mean, I know some areas you're getting 500, 600, 700 cars, whatever. But here, 200 is quite a bit. And we did pretty well this year. We were in like the 170s, 180s. I mean, that was pretty good. But there was some stuff that happened leading up to that situation that I wanted to talk to you guys about because it's going to be a couple videos in between CUDA videos here. Kind of just like trying to get everything back together, right? So the night before the car show, we usually do like a cruise night. So everyone comes to town, they get their motels, they're getting ready for the car show the next day. And so I was trying to set up the front suspension on the General Lee. You know, torsion bars, I'm cranking it up. If you crank it up too far, you throw your alignment way out, then you try to mess with the alignment a little bit, and it was fighting me. Well, long story short, we were just about to get done. We had about 2.5 hours before the cruise night, and I was coming down the road, came into the driveway, and my flex fan came apart. Yeah, came apart completely, totally ate the radiator up. It was a bad deal. It was a really bad deal. Let me show you that real quick. So, flex fan came apart and decided to leave me a nice little smirky smiley face right in my brand new aluminum radiator. Yeah, pretty much destroyed it. Dumped antifreeze everywhere. It was a bad deal. So, after that happened, we were in a mad scramble because I couldn't just leave good enough alone and try to spend the rest of the evening, miss the cruise night, and, you know, just try to work on the car. I couldn't get a radiator anywhere. When I was younger, you could get these kind of standard style radiators anywhere. You could go right to AutoZone and get one. Nobody had one. You could order one, but I didn't have a week to wait. I had 2 hours, you know, about 2.5 hours. And so I went to my junk pile. So this is a good example of save your parts, save stuff. I don't know where this radiator that's in the General Lee came from. It is a Mopar radiator. I bought a 1964 Chevy C10, and that radiator was in the C10. And I threw it in my junk pile when I put a normal Chevy radiator in the C10 before I sold the C10. Anyway, I pulled this one out. It didn't have any tabs. Somebody cut all the tabs off, welded some tabs on, and had to do some janky stuff to get this one to work. It worked for now. I mean, the problem I'm having with it, the only reason why I'm explaining all this is because I just bought another aluminum radiator for it. It gets hot. So I can drive it, and I can drive it quite a bit, but I'm having to run the electric fan, which I put on this for doing like parades, stuff like that for like the car show here locally. But I also got the fan on it, and I have to run the electric fan full time, and it still gets hot. It's still getting up around that 200 mark, which from what I've learned is not bad, but it's also not good. Anyway, I started to flush the radiator. A whole bunch of like seeds, garbage came. I think mice had gotten into it. And so this one, I believe, is just plugged, and that's why it's getting hot like it is. But it's good that I'm changing it anyways, because let me show you this too. So this is my setup. Got the electric fan obviously right here. But if you look, my fan shroud didn't quite work out so well because I've had to use baling wire to hold it in, which obviously is not an optimal situation. And you can see where I had to weld these tabs on just to get it to work. No bueno. So I ordered the new radiator. It's coming. We're going to be putting the new radiator in. Yeah. It's always kind of a battle at first because you got to get all the air bubbles and stuff out, and it will overheat. It will. It's just it's a total process. Right now the car is full of water. Once I can get all the air and stuff out and get the other radiators so that the car is actually cooling, you know, I have to add the antifreeze. Where I live, wintertime comes, and it's just like anything else. It'll freeze, crack my block, you know, push freeze plugs out, things like that. So, you know, that's the whole process in which we're going to go with the General Lee. But yeah, that's catching you up to date on kind of where we're at. The CUDA hasn't really done much. It's just kind of been sitting. We're going to try to get, like I said, the front and rear ends under it so we can actually move the car. Right now it's sitting on jack stands. We have the front and rear end from Dave's CUDA that we're going to get up under it. We've got some frame rails. We've got some trunk floor pans, stuff like that. But yeah, so stay tuned. We're going to have some General Lee content, and then we're also going to have some CUDA content coming soon. It's coming soon. Tomorrow I should have another video up, and we'll just start doing some stuff. So it should be pretty cool. So stick with me.